And he said, yeah, and then when he well, of course it's the zombie nun. It's always the zombie nun. Come up with something. And he, yeah.
Oh!
What's wrong with you?
Oh! I'm blind! I'm blind!
It's your goggles, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, sure, I know.
But you're not ever doing the sunbed yourself, Podge. Get a bit of colour into them cheeks of yours.
You'd want to be a scuttering gobshite to be stupid enough to use one of them things.
What?
Sure, did you not hear about Fionnuala Fitzgibblet?
Oh, Fionnuala Fitzgibblet, the red-haired racy one from the drapery. Oh, I haven't seen her in ages.
Well, you wouldn't have. You see, she was bridesmaid to Dolores Gackalon, and it was the day before the wedding. It had been a grand summer, but Fionnuala had been stuck in the drapery shop during the hot spell.
Come here, Podge, you know what?
What?
I was always trying to get a private fitting with her for a nice tight pair of beige jolpers.
Shut up! Anyway, it was only 24 hours to the big day. So she heads into town on the bus to catch up with a bit of tanning.
Yeah.
She went into the first salon and got a good half-hour bake. But she still wasn't happy and wanted another session, but they told her there was a half-hour limit.
You wouldn't get much of a tan in a half an hour.
Well, that's what she thought. So she went around the corner into another salon and had another half-hour session. It took 5 more salons and 5 more sessions until she was happy with her colour. She would have had more, but it was closing time in town.
Yeah.
Are you listening to me story, Rog?
Yeah.
You seem to be drifting.
That Fionnuala one, would she be the type now to go nudie in them salons, would she? Oh,
Pipe down, you dirty beggar! Anyway, the wedding was a great success, and everyone was jealous of Fionnuala's golden glow.
so is that it then, or what? I'm off.
No, Rog. The story really begins with the smell.
The smell?
Yeah, it started with a bit of a pong. Sort of like mold, you know.
Oh, yeah, I
Then
like
it
that.
slowly got worse. She thought it was coming from the drains in her house, but it seemed to follow her around. Soon after, it dawned on her that the smell was coming from herself.
So what was it then? Did she never hear of a bath or what?
Oh, she spent hours in the bath trying to shift the stench.
Right.
She almost scrubbed till she bled. But it made no difference. The smell was so foul, she lost her boyfriend and her friends began to vomit in her presence. In utter despair, she ran to the doctors. He was a bit puzzled at first.
Right.
In fact, he had never seen anything quite like it in all his career. He refused to tell her his diagnosis and instead sent her immediately in an ambulance up to a specialist in Dublin.
So what was the smell?
Well, after a couple of more tests, the specialist sat Fionnuala down and broke the horrible news to her. I don't know how you've done it, but you've managed to microwave your internal organs. And as there's no known cure, you're only a couple of weeks from death. You see, the smell was the rotting of her internal organs. It was the sunbed that had cooked her from the inside out, just like a microwave oven.
Oh, my jeez! Oh, no, it must be me liver. Me spleen. Cooking. Oh, I should never have got that sunbed. I'll end up like Fionnuala Fitzgibblet.
Oh, shut up, you gobsheen. I recognise that smell. Oh, it's Granny O'Leprosy's bag wafting up through the boards. It must have burst again.
Tell you what,
What?
I better get the bicycle repair kit then.
I'll get the rubber gloves and white spirit. A long night ahead of us.